Listen, if you want to connect with potential customers and clients better, if you want to build authentic relationships and increase that know, like, and trust factor, and then if you want more sales in your business, you have to embrace storytelling. Yes, storytelling in your business. So in this video, I'm going to break down 5 core stories that every brand needs. You ready? Let's go. Hey, I'm Monique Shurray, and you are having a moment with Monique. I am your media coach, and in this video, I'm breaking down 5 stories that every brand needs. No matter what you do, you need these 5 stories. Do me a favor, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and be looking for new video content every Wednesday. So let's jump right in. 5 stories that every brand needs. So the first story that every brand needs is your core story. So we hear this a lot. People always say, well, what is your why? What is your motivation or reason behind opening up this bakery, or your reason behind writing this book and starting this publishing company? People want to know the story behind it. So the first story that you need is your why. Why are you doing this? And remember that when it comes to a core story like that, every story needs vulnerability and credibility. So for example, when I talk about my why, when I talk about why I started my business, my vulnerable aspect is when I was in college and I had set out to become this news anchor. I was going to be on somebody's news, okay? Set out to become this news anchor. And then in my junior year, I decided I'm not going to do this. But the problem was I didn't know what I was going to do. See, at that point, that was me being vulnerable. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I had to make the courageous decision to say, no, this is not for me. Continuing on the story, the credibility part kicks in is when I was approached by a young man who wanted to start a Christian entertainment show, and he needed a host. Well, by me saying yes to that opportunity, opened the door for me to be a radio personality. It opened the door for me to be on television, hosting red carpet events, and on and on and on. So, in that core story though, what I want you to realize is that when you're telling the story, be sure to include the vulnerable moments and then the credibility part as well. The second type of story that every brand needs is the human story. So the human story is really you, again, being vulnerable, but you're highlighting where you messed up at. See, in this day and age, sometimes we don't really embrace transparency the way that we really need to embrace it. But the human story is so relatable because nobody's perfect and everybody messes up. You know, people need to know that everything is not going to be perfect on their journey, right? And so by you sharing your mess up story, how you rebounded from that, it really gives your potential client a chance to really connect with you. So for example, let's say if you are a coach who specializes in helping people rebuild their credit, we'll talk about when you filed for bankruptcy. Okay, talk about when you had those withdrawals in your account and it was negative and it was at 0. What were you doing wrong? Highlight those things because those things are relatable. People can say, you know what? I got it. I get it because I've messed up too, right? But now look. The third type of story that every brand needs is the authority story. Oh yes, somebody say authority. Okay, so in this story, you're basically showing your credibility, showing why you are the expert in this particular niche, right? Showing how you help somebody go from this to that. What was the transformation there? Okay, so if you're talking about one easy one is weight loss around the midsection. Maybe you are a coach and you specialize in losing weight around the midsection, that for the abs. And the women, we like a nice flat stomach, or as flat can be, right? So share that story of how someone was a certain weight or a certain size, and now, hey, look, because of my program, because they were committed, look, okay? Look, they lost some inches, they lost some weight. What is that authority story that you can share? One of my authority stories that I share from time to time is one of my clients, Deborah. She went through my confidence training, my on-camera confidence training, and then she also enrolled into YouTube Launch Academy. So now she has the confidence and the know-how to build a profitable YouTube channel for her business. Okay, that is an authority story. She went from not really having confidence to being confident on camera and knowing how to create and launch a profitable YouTube channel for her business. Boom, authority. So the fourth type of story that you want to share in your business is the regret story. Now, the regret story is like you're playing on the fear of missing out. People don't want to miss out on nothing, okay? If they really want something, they don't want to miss it. So with the regret story, you're talking about something that, you wish you would have taken advantage of, you wish you would have done, right? That would have put you in a better position. Now, let me tell you something. It doesn't always have to be business related. I want you to really get that the stories that you are sharing doesn't always have to be business related. It just has to have the message of what you're trying to get across. So, for example, one of my regret stories is that I went skiing for the very first time a few years ago, okay, with my then fiance, now husband, okay, skiing for the very, very first time. And at this particular ski resort, I'm just going to use quotations because it was man-made snow. At this particular ski resort, they had beginner's lessons. But by the time we got to the actual resort, the lessons had already started. We would have had to wait another hour or so. So we just decided we was going to get on the slopes. Listen, got on the slope. I thought I was Lindsey Vonn, like the gold medalist Lindsey Vonn. I thought I was Lindsey Vonn. Clearly, I was not. I went down the slope. I tumbled, okay, and ended up breaking a pelvic bone. Ouch. And you know what? The regret was not having taken the beginner's lessons, because in the lessons, they teach you how to fall. Who knew? I sure didn't. Okay. And so when I'm talking to a customer, talking to somebody that wants to work with me, I can tell them, hey, this is what I'm offering, right? But you don't want to miss out on this. I can connect my regret story to the opportunity that's in front of them, and they don't want to miss it. All right, so number 5, the fifth type of video that you need in your business is the invest story. Yes, the invest story. When you invested in yourself, how did you feel? What were you thinking? This type of story is going to connect with your potential client in them making the investment with you. So I remember when I first invested into coaching, when I hired my first coach, she actually told me her invest story. I didn't even know that's what she was doing, okay? But she told me the story of her investing into her coach and how much money she spent, thousands and thousands of dollars on this one particular coach, right? And I wasn't spending even half that much, but because it still was an investment, I had those same feelings. So, okay, is this going to work for me? I don't know about this. I mean, I'm nervous, but I'm excited. All those feelings and thoughts that kind of run through your head. So because she had those same experiences, she was able to relate with me with that story. And in turn, guess what? I invested in her. All right. So whether it's when you whatever your industry is, you have to share your investment. How did you get to the place where you are? What was that like for you? In hopes that it will connect with that potential client investing with you. So those are the 5 types of stories every business needs. Listen, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and also subscribe for new videos every single Wednesday. So I share more media coaching tips inside my personal tribe, my community. So I'll link to that description below. Moguls and Media Movement. It's a free group and I would love for you to join. My name is Monique Shurray and I'll see you soon.